His name was Simon Kimbangu. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard about him and you have even suggested that I speak about him on this channel. So today we'll be discovering who he was and what he did and what makes him such an important figure in the history of the DRC. So Simon Kimbangu today is said to have been a prophet who healed the sick, brought the dead back to life, and he also prophesied about the liberation of Congo and also the African continent at large. His ministry only lasted for a few months, but it attracted a lot of following that slowly started to be seen as a threat to the colonial rule. Today, Simon Kimbangu is considered to be one of the most influential people who kind of shaped the history of Congo as well as that of Congo's surrounding states. So who was he? Simon Kimbangu was born in 1887 and he was born in Kamba. Kamba is a little town in the southwestern part of Congo, and he grew up at the time when Congo was under the Belgian colonial rule. So this was a very difficult time. He grew up as a Protestant and got baptized at the age of 28 in 1915. After his baptism, it is said that he started having visions from heaven. And these visions basically were revealing to him that he had a special mission. It is said that initially he decided to run away from that mission because he considered himself not to be fit to carry out the mission. During that period of time, he relocated because he was kind of like sick of receiving those visions. First, he moved to Kinshasa, and then he decided to move to other lower parts of Western Congo. He did that for a few years, and when he was going to all of those different places, he tried to kind of get himself involved into different business ventures. But he noticed that everything that he was doing was not working, and he continued to have these visions telling him that he had a special mission he had to accomplish. And so the difficulties kind of forced him to go back to Kamba, where he was meant to start his mission. So finally he did go back, and in 1921 he started his public ministry. His first public ministry was in April of 1921. And during this gathering, he is said to have prayed for the sick and they were healed, and in many more events that happened after that first one, many more miracles happened. So he would pray for the sick, the blind, the disabled, and everybody was kind of receiving their solution. He would even pray for people who would be dead and they would come back to life. So unavoidably, this movement attracted a lot of following. This is where the difficulties started presenting themselves. Of course, there was support as well and also opposition. The support of this movement mainly came from the Congolese people and also partly from the Protestant community, because for them, they saw him as a product of themselves, and they said it was possible for God to be using him. This was the Protestant view, but for the Congolese people, they believed that this was God's gift, to the Congolese people. And the opposition mainly started coming from the Catholic Church, the Catholic community, and also from the colonial authorities. So the Catholic missionaries and some Protestant missionaries as well, they were seeing everything that was happening because of Kimbangu, everything that Kimbangu was doing, and they saw that it was real. But apparently they couldn't support him because he was one of the sheep, and they couldn't allow the sheep to lead the shepherd. And for them, the shepherds were missionaries, European missionaries. So they couldn't follow what Kimbangu was doing because he was native. So he didn't have that much freedom to be expressing himself that way or to be leading the people who were ruling Congo at that time. So these oppositions multiplied themselves over time. They even forced the Kimbanguists, and the Kimbanguists are people who follow Kimbangu's gospel. So they forced the Kimbanguists to stop singing some of the Protestant songs that they were singing. This is one of the reasons why if you go to Congo today, in many Kimbanguist churches, they sing songs that are exclusively their